Since you only have to create the content once and sell it an unlimited number of times, there's no cap on how much money you can make. It's literally infinitely scalable if you have the right systems in place. Welcome to the Self-Paid Club podcast. I'm your host, Samantha Peddle, a small-town wife and mom who started my first business at 17 and never looked back. For over a decade, I've been helping other ambitious souls build insane wealth in both life and business. We believe that success comes from growth as the whole person, mastering your time, money, and mindset for a balance between all three. Ditch the hustle culture and achieve your dream life by embracing your own vibe, doing it weird, and doing it your way. This is your destination for all things business strategy, mindset work, success, personal development, marketing, and everything in between. If your mission is to build an empire while having fun, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. You're dreaming of compiling your expertise into a course that will help hundreds or thousands of people. It's okay if you don't know what that is yet. That's exactly why I'm recording this episode, to help you get there. Creating your very own digital course might seem like an impossible task because there's a lot of parts that go into it, but it's really not as hard as you think if you break it down into stages. Plus, the outcome will far outweigh the work it takes to build because after all, you only have to create the course once and then can sell it as many times as you want throughout your coaching career. You can literally sell it hundreds or thousands of times. It's drastically different than trading your time for money in one-on-one sessions or even in that dreaded 9-to-5. Whether you're a seasoned coach who's finally ready to add an online course to your offer suite, or you're brand new to the online business space, today we're going to come up with an initial plan for you to take the first steps to launching your new course this month. Yes, this month. It should not take months for you to do it. It should get out there and get into the world so you can start enrolling people as soon as possible. As a business expert with more than a decade of experience in the coaching industry and course creation space myself, I'm really excited to pass my knowledge on to you so that you can start doing the same thing as well. In order to provide you with the absolute most value possible out of this mini training today, I did create a guide for you to follow along. It has all of the information we're covering today so that you have all the notes needed to refer back to later on as you're building out your course and you don't have to keep listening to this episode, although that's also a possibility. So before we get started, go grab your free copy of the guide that goes hand in hand with this episode at samanthapeddle.com/create-a-course. Okay, here goes. If you're overwhelmed by all the things you think you need to do, take a deep breath and relax. Take a deep breath. The number one strategy we're focusing on here is to keep it simple so that you can start enrolling people in your course ASAP. Get ready to learn my simple strategies to plan out your audience, your offer, and your marketing strategy. First up, let's talk about your audience. You don't have an offer if you don't have anyone to sell it to and you don't have anyone to target. So you might have a ton of knowledge under your belt. Or maybe you have no clue what you could ever teach that someone would find valuable, and that's okay too. We'll be talking about coming up with the perfect course topic later on. So no worries if you fall under this category, just keep listening. The thing is, you can't teach everything under the sun. It's impossible. Plus, it's not going to impact anybody if you try. You also can't speak to everyone under the sun. You can't speak to everyone in a big general grouping. Because if you try to appeal to everybody, you will reach nobody. In order to make the biggest impact on your audience, you should be speaking to only one person. To be super magnetic to your ideal client, you should be repelling others with your messaging, others who, maybe those people who are not meant to work with you. You should be repelling the people who are not meant to work with you so that you can be super magnetic to your ideal client. So in this sense, in the simplest terms, your ideal client is the exact type of person you'll be targeting. This means you'll need to keep in mind the person's interests, age group, their driving passions in life, the problems they're experiencing that you could help solve, and so on. Once you get to know your ideal client and map that out, you can then take that information and use it to design your course and create a marketing plan. So this is step 1, is to get to know your ideal client and your audience. Your brand messaging inside and out within your course and outward facing, right, in your marketing efforts, can speak directly to your target audience, create a magnetism in your business, leaving clients wanting to continue working with you over and over and recommend you to their friends as well. With this being said, if you're an existing coach, you likely already know your ideal client for your other offers, whether that is one-on-one programs, group programs, high-level coaching, or so on, right? You might know your ideal client already for that, but you might be working with a variety of clients at different points in their journey. In this case, you'll need to pick one specific point in time that you can help those people so that you can pinpoint where your ideal client is at when they join your new online course. You don't want to speak to every single person you're working with. You want to pinpoint one point in their journey. Okay. We've created a plan. We've created an idea of who our ideal client is. Now it's time to design your course. There are a few different sections here, so we're going to start off with picking a topic. The course topic that you choose must include 3 main ingredients if your course is to be sustainable in the long term. This is my signature recipe for the perfect digital course topic. Ingredient number 1 is passion. What are you passionate about? This could include your hobbies, interests, skills, talents, desires, activities that you practice during your spare time, and conversation topics that get you fired up. What are you passionate about? List some of these. Ingredient number 2 is expertise. What do you have experience in? This may include anything along the lines of like tough situations you've overcome, art you've created, business skills or positions you've acquired, certifications you've obtained, results you've gotten in a specific area, things like that. Your expertise. And then ingredient number 3 is demand. Which topics have you spoken to others about? Even if you have never been a part of the online business space before, I bet you can still pinpoint some demand in your life for certain topics. Think about subjects on which others have asked for your advice, things you've taught others how to do successfully, questions that you might get asked in your current line of work, just in your life in general, or on social media, and similar situations in which you've offered your opinion more than once. So these are things that people come to you and ask you more than once, frequently. Maybe you're a relationship expert among your group of friends. That counts. That shows demand. So the goal here is to formulate a topic that falls under all 3 categories: passion, expertise, and demand. This will come up with a topic that your audience will find irresistible and you'll be able to sell over and over again. So once you've chosen a topic, write down a few sentences explaining exactly what you'll be teaching within the course. Remember, you're offering a transformation to your students. A transformation. It needs to allow them to see the before and after very clearly, no matter how big or small that before and after is. Your course needs to teach a clear step-by-step path from A to B. Next up, picking a format for your course. Yes, courses come in all shapes and sizes, different lengths, different prices, different ways of presenting themselves, right? But the best part is they can be pre-recorded and set up as self-paced curriculum that your students can go through at whatever pace they desire. They can watch it, they can binge watch it all in one day, they can spread it out over a few weeks, even a few months. They can come back and re-watch it over and over again. or re-digest it if you don't have videos, right? Depending on what you're teaching, one of the following options might suit your situation better than others. Let's go over these different formats. There are 4 different kinds that I like to highlight to my clients. Number 1 is audio recordings. You can do a course purely made of audio recordings, so you never have to record any video. It's generally a lot simpler and easier and quicker to put a course like this together with just audio recordings. Next, you could do videos of you talking to the camera, like showing your face. So videos of you teaching whatever you're teaching. 3, you could do slide decks, like presentation style. Slides with information and you're speaking over it with a voiceover of your voice over these slide decks, just for the more visual learners. And then 4, you could do screen shares. These would be walkthrough tutorials where you're speaking, so a voiceover of yourself while you're sharing a view of your screen. Each of these formats are going to be good for different purposes and different topics. So it's important to evaluate what you think your students would enjoy best to digest the information that you're giving out. You could choose one of these or a combination of any of them or all of them. Once you've picked your format, it's time to actually create the content. So when it comes time to create the course content and put it all together in a place where your students can consume the training, you need to consider a couple different aspects. The length of the course, for instance, how long it's going to be. So the type of course you choose will actually determine the length, how many modules there are, the price, and what is included overall. Now, the different course types include micro, starter, signature, and complimentary offers. Micro would be very small, like little workshop style course. Starter would be just focusing on one small aspect of your topic to get people familiar with your teaching style. Signature would be your proven method put into one big course. This would be likely your highest priced and longest course. And complementary courses could be smaller topics that you can upsell people from your signature offer to your complementary offers. And they go well hand in hand together. You also need to consider the hosting platform that you're going to use, because someone actually needs to house your content online for your students to access. There are several platforms that you can actually use to host your online course. I'm not going to list them all. You can do your own research as well, but this includes companies such as Kajabi or Kartra. I've used both of these and I recommend both of these companies. My absolute favorite would be Kajabi. And then lastly, you'll need to consider the technology and tools that you'll need in order to actually create the course content. For instance, you might decide on software, tools, or apps that help you with various aspects of the creation phase, like software to record and edit the training content, right? With audio, video, and screen recording capabilities if required. Like right now, I'm using a certain software program in order to record this podcast episode to later put out to you so that you can listen to it. So you need some sort of recording software. And you'll need design software to help you create the slide decks, the bonus content, and associated graphics like logos and promo material. Now, with that being said, I mentioned bonus content. As you're creating the course itself, I want you to keep in mind that your goal should always be to convey a clear path from A to B while over-delivering. You want to over-deliver. Give your students a positive experience by including bonus content like worksheets, templates, or other tools that they can use along the way that makes their experience even better and helps them get the results they're looking for just in a better way. It enhances your course. We've covered the audience and the offer. Now I want to talk about creating a marketing plan. There are 4 steps here. Step 1, pick one social media platform. I actually talked about in the previous episode of the Self-Paid Club podcast, but you don't want to spread your efforts too thin and you want to avoid overwhelm at all costs. So all you need is one social media platform to focus on, master, and grow your audience as big as you possibly can. Step 2, pick one place to steer your followers off platform. This could be an email list, for instance, where you have more control, you can warm up your audience, and you're able to invite your subscribers into your new course offer after delivering value week after week after week after week. So one social platform, one place to steer your followers off platform. You already have one core offer, right? Your course that you're creating here. So step 3 would be to reverse engineer your income goal in order to figure out how many students you need to enroll in your course each week. So let me give you an example of this. For example, say you want to make $5,000 a month. Great. That's your goal, 5K months. If you're selling a $500 course, then you would only need to sell your course to 10 different people each month. That's really only 2 to 3 per week. You can do that, right? It breaks it down and it makes it more doable. So reverse engineer your income goal. And then step 4, craft the actual marketing plan. What type of content will you put out into the world? How often will you put this out into the world? It's basically content creation planning. Each piece of content that you create should have a specific intent behind it. You have to know your intention before you create the piece of content. So is it going to get someone onto your email list? Is it going to build trust? Is it supposed to educate on a topic in your niche to build authority? Make sure you know the intent behind each piece of marketing content that you create. Once you put everything together, your audience, your course, and your marketing plan, then you'll have a solid foundation to make your first $1,000 with an online course. And guess what? Since you only have to create the content once and sell it an unlimited number of times, there's no cap on how much money you can make. It's literally infinitely scalable if you have the right systems in place. That's why I love online courses so much, because I can help way more people than if I focus on only one-on-ones, and I can sell them as I'm traveling, as I'm spending time with my family, as I'm relaxing, as I'm sleeping, as I'm eating, as I'm going grocery shopping. It's just, the potential is unlimited with online courses, and they're very high profit as well because your expenses are much lower than other forms of online business that you can create. For expert guidance on identifying your ideal client, crafting a scalable offer your audience won't be able to resist, and strategies to yield maximum results from your marketing efforts, join my coaching community, Thrive. You'll instantly unlock all the past trainings, plus semi-weekly coaching sessions on business growth, mindset, and so much more. Claim your spot at samanthapedal.com/thrive. Thank you for tuning into another episode of the Self-Paid Club podcast. That's all for today. If you loved today's show, please leave a review. And until next time, stay wealthy, my friend.